Let's look at Lab 1-4 called What's Missing. This is a little more difficult lab for this chapter. It's going to involve a couple things that you might not have employed before. So let me line up all the statements that we are given, because I don't want you thinking this is in any particular order or structure already. So these are the statements given to us in Lab 1-4. Let's read. Harold wants to sit down on the park bench, but his cat Ginger may or may not be already seated there. Put the instructions shown in figure 1-7, those are the ones I have up here in the video, in the proper order, then determine one or more missing statements. Okay, you really have to look at the picture, and you got to look at the little side boxes. One is, it says Ginger may or not be on the bench, and the other is Harold is 3 steps away from the bench. Okay, he's 3 steps away from the bench. You are going to have to look at this picture to really understand what to do. Here are all the instructions we are given. So let's look and let's pretend we're Harold and we are 3 steps away from the bench. Okay, so I think we're going to have to take some steps to get to the bench. If you're looking at it, he's too far away to shove her off, right? So we're going to need to repeat twice right here at the bottom. I'm going to move him to the top. Whoop. Let's move him. So I'm going to do a little shuffling. That's okay. I'll move him to the bottom. We know we're going to need to repeat a couple times. Walk forward, right? So let's walk forward 1 complete step up, okay? And again, that's why I do these boxes. It just makes moving things around without having to type a lot easier. I'm going to have to, let me move him down. I got to get more room in here. Okay, so we're going to repeat 2 times. We're going to walk forward 1 complete step. So really and truly, at the end of this, we've made 2 steps forward, right? We're not touching the bench, but we're closer to the bench, okay? So, and you have to know that by looking at the picture and reading the content that they've given you. Okay. So then we're close enough we can reach Ginger. We need to think, okay, what do we need to do? We need to see if Ginger is on the bench, okay? So if she's on the bench, we've got to shove her off the bench, right? And there's no other choice. I mean, there's not an else to that. There's, if she's there, let's get her off the bench so you can sit down, okay? So we've made 2 steps toward the bench, and we've done that in a repeat structure. So there's one of your structures. Now we have a decision structure. If Ginger's on the bench, gently shove Ginger off the bench. End it. So now, of course, we always have the sequence structure. So we need to see what else is going. And here's some statements we have left. And yet at the same time, we might be missing something. So if we're standing looking at the bench, we've shoved the dog off, we can't sit down yet, right? So we need to turn left 90 degrees, okay? The problem is we've got to do that twice, okay? So what we're kind of missing here is another repeat. Repeat 2 times. I'm going to copy this, and when you paste, sometimes these don't exactly go back or right where they should, but here we go. Now, there we go. What do we think of the solution? Okay. We repeat 2 times, walk forward 1 complete step. So we're making 1 step, 2 step. If Ginger is on the bench, we're going to gently shove Ginger off the bench. Otherwise, if she's not there, we don't do this step. Then we're going to turn left 90 degrees and left again 90 degrees so that our backside is to the bench so that we can sit down, okay? Sometimes I get asked the question, if Harold is 3 steps away from the bench as it says, why are we only taking 2 steps? Aren't we too far away? That is certainly a consideration. Some people say, well, I'm going to make him do 3. I don't have a problem if you do 3 or 2. It's just the perception that some people want to be a step away when they bend over and shove the cat off. Some people want to be touching the bench. That's kind of a, in this one particular problem, it's okay either way, okay? But if you look, you have to do both. You have to look at the picture. You have to read what's to the side. You've got to look with what's given, okay? And based on the instructions, you are missing instructions, but none of the instructions here are wrong. And because none are wrong, that's why we go with taking 2 steps, not 3, because the step in front is just considered enough so you can sit down, I guess, according to the textbook. So keep in mind, you've got to take in all that and all the directions. It didn't ask you to fix directions that were there. It asked you just to add and change the order if something was wrong. So we're kind of going by that as we do this. All right, on to the next one.